Hello, everybody, and welcome to this special episode of Uploading Podcast, which isn't really Uploading Podcast because it's different. I'm sorry, this is different. If you were expecting regular Uploading Podcast, I have to disappoint you.
Well, if you were expecting a regular episode, you weren't paying attention or missed last week.
That's true.
We just recorded and told you about this at the beginning, so...
Yes.
You go back and watch that if you haven't already watched it. Come back to this. Or, just keep track of these things. Write them down on your hand in permanent marker. And then wait for weeks on end for it to fade.
Yeah. Just have people ask you in, I don't know, at your job where it says, oh, why does it say new episode type coming next week? Why does it say that on your hand? What is that? What does that mean? Just do that and advertise our show, please. At the elderly home that you work at or whatever.
I resisted a joke there. I resisted a joke that Silas wanted me to for this show. Oh boy, this is gonna be hard. Amazing.
It's not the new show yet. I guess right now it's fine, but as soon as this is
that one was safe enough. That one wasn't explicit like my other ones were.
So, in a nutshell, what's happening is people have told me that I need to chill out and not work as much and do projects all the time. So
needs to take time for stress relief.
So I'm I'm choosing to... Oh my god. I'm choosing to spend a few days in really weird rural France where there's no internet connection.
What?
That's actually going to happen, and yes.
Oh, I'm actually worried for your safety now.
No, why?
Weird rural France?
It's not weird, it's just a campsite where there's no internet connection. It's actually... good. My mum's and my family has been there like multiple times already, and they are still alive.
Okay.
As long as you don't say streamer, it's fine.
Yeah, you say that like
reference to last episode.
Yeah, if you say streamer, like the French authorities will send a sniper to deal with you.
Yeah.
You don't want none of that foreign shit in their country anymore.
Now, what is this episode? This is basically a trial for another format that I think we should do, which is virtually similar to Uploading Podcasts, except that this is about not tech things. Yeah. We're recording this on the 4th of June, actually, which is very far away from when this is getting released. And actually, I haven't even looked up the Days of the Year thing for the 13th of June. I think we should move the Days of the Year thing to this show. And
I want to keep them for both. It'll be fun.
Well, okay, but we're not going to release... if this becomes a new thing, a separate show, we won't release both of them on Monday. So it makes sense. Yeah.
It'll be different days. So that way, we explore more topics.
Yeah, that's actually... That makes sense. Days of the Year for the 13th of June is... Actually, there's not that many days. It is... Okay, World Softball Day. That's...
amazing.
The game. Softball, a fun competitive game. Good exercise. Sod. Good exercise and good times with friends. What more could you want? Okay.
Oh my god, that's even worse than what I said.
Together.
I mean, personally, I like to play games with women as opposed to other men. So it's not likely we will play any games together.
Yeah. I've said we won't do this. I've said we will not.
Well, you said we won't play softball together.
We won't play softball. How to celebrate World Softball Day. See, they have instructions.
What are the instructions?
Is there any funny bits here?
Just read it aloud and let's see what I can.
Okay,
turn
speaking
into
of learning
this.
more about this great game, that's a perfect way to spend your World Softball Day, followed up by getting a group of friends together for a game. What? I don't even understand the sentence. World Softball Day is a great chance to get out into the world and participate in sport many of us haven't played since we were kids. That's true.
I
Play
mean,
with softballs.
I mean, fundamentally, like if you want to do it for like the communal experience, sure. If you want to get the exercise, you're better off just going to a gym and like or buying like Ring Fit Adventure for yourself and like doing that like 3 times a week, or going to the gym and doing some cardio and weight training. Like all of that is far better exercise that will improve your health far more than any like sport will. But if you actually do want to, have a communal experience, then sport is pretty good.
What other days are there? It is National Sewing Machine Day.
Nothing I can really do with that one.
That's that funny there. It's just
enjoy sewing today.
Yeah.
I hope you have a wonderful day.
And if sewing doesn't go as fun or good for you, it's also
then call an ambulance.
Also International Axe Throwing Day, which you need an ambulance for too.
Yeah, I'm baffled people can actually get drinks and then throw axes. It doesn't make sense to me. That seems like such a dangerous combination.
Now, okay, sod.
Mm-hmm.
It is also Meet a Mate Week. Attend any number of fun events and meetups for singles during Meet a Mate Week. And take the chance of finally finding your true love. No app required. Very different meaning for mate than multiple, I use it, but okay.
Well, I that's the kind of like British colloquial
Well,
phrase.
I guess you could use it for both. You can meet a mate by
the thing is like in the UK and anywhere that kind of consumes some of its media, your mate is like just a friend or something, But like mate as well is like just like, oh, your sexual partner. Which also, why just meet one? Why not meet more than one? Have fun. Oh boy, my energy levels are crashing.
Yeah, okay. How to celebrate Meet a Mate Week?
I can imagine there's some very specific ways to celebrate
Celebrating Meet a Mate Week isn't just a fun thing to do. It could completely transform your life. That's an interesting way of saying you will have a child.
Oh, no, I was thinking more kinky terms there. Completely transform your life.
What's kinkier than making a baby?
Silas, never describe that as kinky again. That's weird. Having a child.
How is fucking not kinky? You can do all sorts of weird shit while fucking.
No, specifically,
why?
Let's conceive a child, and describing that as kinky.
I didn't mean it like that.
That's a little weird. That's where I draw my line.
I mean it like that.
I know. Just be careful.
Well, anyways, let's get out of this because that was actually all of the days and the fucking week as well on this day. A lot more barren and empty than the other days usually. So what else is happening? I have a few stories to tell, which I think is pretty cool. So, public transport, I like the concept of it. I've been complaining that it costs too much for the level of service that it provides in fucking small town crap Germany. It's good in cities, good in bigger cities, but fuck it where I live. So, one thing that the federal government has now launched for June, July, and August is the €9 ticket. Can you guess what that is, Sod?
I imagine it is a ticket for public transport that costs exactly €9 and can take you wherever you need to go.
Absolutely, that's what it is. Yes, it costs €9 for 1 month, for an entire month. So that's really cool. Before I was paying €58.
Dang.
For like our local specific area, and this €9 ticket is actually how do you say, it's you can use it everywhere in the country. You can't use it on express trains, but you can use it on regional and intercity trains too. So you can go pretty far with it, and it's actually a really awesome idea. And I love it. The companies are kind of complaining because, oh no, we're making less money, but this is awesome.
I
hope that
the railway and the buses are just nationalize the public transport infrastructure.
And also, as a, like, to give this some more context, €9, that is already less than it would cost just for, like, a one-day ticket in my area. So if you just go on a bus ride 2 times, it's already better to get the €9 ticket, which will last you for an entire month. So it's an awesome idea, and I really like it already. I hope they
fundamentally, it's more bang for your buck the more people you have on there. Because you're spending that fuel making it go up and down either direction. So this €9 ticket just ensures, like, everyone who needs to get to a place will get to a place, as opposed to only those who can afford it, thus, making it less cost efficient per customer. You have full seats on a bus. That is per liter a very good cost, compared to only like 10 people in a bus that could hold like 30.
I read this Reddit post a few days ago. This is a completely random thing now, which was questions, or like a thing for women, which was like, oh, what thing about men do you not understand at all, or something like that. And one of the comments was like, the fact that they can be friends with somebody for years and not pick up on more than the most basic information about that person. And I was like, yeah, absolutely, that's true. I've no clue about any of my friends. I know what their names is, usually. Sometimes I even forget that. And I like that I know that I like to hang out with them, but that's kind of it.
I mean, men are pretty much trained to only, like, vibe check. Whether or not they're like a friendship or not, they don't really go into any deeper topics or express any emotional vulnerability to each other. Because fuck it, I guess. It's not a healthy system. It is not. I
mean, I've been in situations before too where I was like asked, like, oh, what is this guy's favorite color and fabric for trousers? And I'm like, what? No, I don't. Why would I know this? I don't know why.
I feel like
female friend, she would like list off how she knows all the clothing, like stuff and other like favorite things of all of her friends, and I'm like, why do you even know this? How useless is this information?
I will say part of that in both directions is sexism there, like assuming women have to be like big into fashion. We kind of groom them from that for a young age. But we also like teach guys like, to be emotionally distant and disengaged, which isn't good as well. And, sexism just like cuts, like certainly in one direction, a lot worse, but it is a double-edged sword. I remember when I was real young, and I wanted to like help manage the flowers in my school class, and the old teacher there, which was a woman, but like probably at the time grew up in the 60s, and all that, said, no, you can't help with the flowers. That's a woman's task,
Why? Stupid.
No, yeah, and like that really affected me because like I didn't pursue flowers as much as after that point. Even though they like instinctively fascinated me, I just like kept a distance from them because it's like, a woman's thing. That's what I was taught when I was real young. And then when I was old enough to like start questioning stuff like that, it was like a bit too late. The interest had died off, but like it's impossible to say what my life would have been if that had been nurtured as opposed to, snuffed out.
And now you're a trans female.
Silas, that's also sexist. That's only sexist. The only way
it very much is. But I just thought that was funny for me. It's not funny at all, but it is for me.
Yeah, but like the only way you can have like any interest in like anything that's not like stereotypically a guy thing is if you're a little trans egg who hasn't bloomed yet.
I did gardening for like 18 months, and at fucking retirement home, I'm aware that I can also do this as a dude.
That's the thing, though. It's like, yeah, like,
But oh god, I'm not straight, so
landscaper.
I'm also not normal. Like, yeah, I'm also fucked in my
No,
head.
here's the thing. Professional landscaper, man's job. You didn't see that back in like the 50s and 60s where women were just handling all the landscaping. But it's like specifically cultivating and growing your own flowers. Nah. That's woman shit right there. That woman shit.
Well, that's
You
stupid.
go drink and get in fist fights.
Yeah. Do whatever you want, people, except
Yeah.
killing people and rape and stealing.
Wow,
But other than that,
what a downer! You could have just not said that and left it implied, and now that's in the air.
I'm trying to
And
find.
now it's also you threw in stealing, and it's like, what if it's a mother stealing like formula for the baby because they can't afford it? I'm turning a blind eye in that situation, but like Jesus, like that would be morally complicated situations. Just
don't do immoral things.
But that's subjective.
Stealing baby food from a baby, very bad. Stealing
but if
food,
it's to feed your own baby.
Stealing food from a shop for your baby, that's fine. At least in my book it is. Legally it's not, and you'll get fucked for it in jail.
Yeah. Oh, well, only if you're caught, but that's the case with every crime. Yeah, there's no consequences until you're caught.
Just
then
order
there are
it
a lot
from
of
Amazon and
consequences.
say it never showed up. Do the SOD method. The SOD method with the game.
Well, in my defense, I legitimately, genuinely did not expect it to be there. Again, to go over this real quickly for the new show here. Got Elden Ring. Normally, Amazon has massive parcels to the thing they're in. You can be ordering, like, a digital pen there, and they'll put it in this, like A3 plus-sized envelope, and it's like, why does this need to be in this?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's like, this is the only time in years that I've seen it be nice and neatly compact to exactly the dimensions needed for the product it had. I wasn't accustomed to that, so I'm used to just opening the lid of my mailbox, sliding my fingers in, and grabbing for the Amazon package, because it's convenient. More convenient than fishing my keys out of my pocket and opening the thing up. Wasn't there, called it up, reached out to Amazon and said, hey, this is not here, it's been delayed, and it's like, blah, 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 patience, and it's like, I brought up the magic B word, this is affecting my business, and then suddenly it was a lot more serious response, and then they said, we'll send one out to you, if that's what you want. And
that's actually good. I need to remember that now.
Yeah. And it turns out, I also called up the mail people, and the mailman called me back. Turns out, they did deliver it, and then I opened the thing up, and it was there. But the thing is, Amazon said, the representative said they would follow through with the mail service to see if it was delivered, and if it wasn't, they will send it out to me. But
I think that's just a lie. I think that's fine to just do it.
Yeah, the representative just marked it off to send me another one and didn't follow up on that. That's not on me. That is not on me.
Yeah, it's still funny though. The whole situation, I think, is funny.
If that Amazon had done the due diligence, I would never have gotten that second copy. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, before we go on to some the main topics now. 25 minutes. Okay. My short things.
Well, that's minus 10 because we'll be cut out, right? So. Okay.
Well, anyhow. Recently wrapped up, Je ne sais quoi, Halo Infinite. On Friday, 2 weeks ago. Probably the Friday of the week gone by, I'll have wrapped up Kenya Bridge of Spirits. I'll be holding some polls on my, Discord server. You can find via my link tree. For links to my Discord server, join it and vote on what games I shall be playing alternatingly on future Fridays. Thank you very much. The other thing, on the YouTube channel, Sod Passion Gaming, I'm cutting an experiment with some shorts right now, seeing how it boosts the channel. And if you would be ever so kind as to watch them, like them, maybe comment if you feel like it, it really does help boost the channel. I've already noticed a steady growth of a few subscribers every couple of days now, because of the shorts. So again, if you engage them, that will make them perform even better. So thank you very much if you do so. And that's all my shorts, sir. Plugging my own things. As is typical, because I don't live a very interesting life. It's in fact very sad and isolated. And now silence. Silence gone. Silence
Barry,
again.
This is a fun show. Yeah, wow. Have fun, depression, and bad stuff. Yay.
I'm very close to being financially destitute. Waha, waha, waha.
You don't have to keep mentioning that.
I do. I really do, because, like,
it's fucking like
I'm in a bad way.
Now I sound like one of those dudes who are like, every fucking character is gay now in TV. Like, what is this? That's my equivalent with you. You saying, you don't have money and stuff. Okay. Donate money to Sod. Okay. I think we should move on to one of our fun stories here.
A teenage girl in Japan reported a man to police after she mistook his flip phone for a knife. I will only say, before even reading this.
Oh, God.
The only time anyone has ever been, like, violent and aggressive with me was the owner of a flip phone. Never trust the owner of a flip phone. In this modern day and age, it is violent, disturbed people either cling on to the past or out of touch reality that still use a flip phone.
There's a lot of flip phones, though.
When you see that, be warned. Be afraid of that person.
Yeah, if any one of them has a Galaxy Z Flip,
shoot on sight.
Touchscreen flip phone with Android on it, like a normal smartphone. Oh, God. Yeah, okay.
Don't take the chance. Those are the deranged people. Just pull out your legally owned firearm and shoot on sight for your own safety. JK. That is only for the sake of comedy.
That's only for the Americans.
Please act responsibly with firearms. Oh, God. There's this whole debate going on right now in America, and it really does bum me out, because, like, again, it's like focusing on, like, the flashy, gun debate, as opposed to, like, hey, here's funding for, like, mental health services that everybody in the country needs for absolutely everything, and will be a huge help to this, mass shooting crisis.
Don't go into that now, man. Other things. No, it's a fun show. We've had enough depression.
I know, but it's the biggest bit of hypocrisy I've seen from it is, like, one of the...
out, right?
Let me have my fun.
Okay.
It's like, it reduces the standard clip size that are in modern guns, except for the police and bodyguards, which is very hypocritical, in my opinion. It's really weird. It also raises, like, the, assault rifle weapon minimum age to 21, but you can still join the military at 18. So, like, weird. Like, yeah, you can't own one of these, but you can sure as shit go to the military to learn how to shoot them.
It's almost like actually being trained is a different thing from randomly buying something for no reason.
No, there's you can get trained at anywhere without owning the thing, but join the military and then getting deployed to war, you can do that at 18. Because it's like, you don't have to wait till, like, 21 before they deploy you overseas. Like, if they have a shortage, they'll just send you over there completely untrained if they're desperate enough. I'm just saying, maybe the age should be 21.
Really care. I'm not in the US. I don't give a shit. Buy guns if you think you need it, but be trained first, please, and also not be insane. That, I think, should at least be... Not saying take away all people's guns, but god damn it, just make sure it's not insane people.
Make sure you have a safe, secure gun safe, to keep it stored within. So that way, not only, like, any guests, thieves, burglars, children can't accidentally hurt themselves based on your gun, but, like, if you do suffer, like, a bout of depression or something, like, after the fact, after buying the gun and being in an okay place when you buy it, the added delay of, like, having to open up the safe, could stop the spur-of-the-moment nature of such acts. So please, just make sure you have a safe place to store your guns at all times. Anywho, I completely forgot we had started the topic there.
I guess read that from the top again.
We're carrying on.
No.
Dozens of officers respond to a reported sighting of a man carrying a knife at Sendai Station in Japan's northern Tohoku region around northeastern, my apologies, around 1:30 p.m. on May 19th. When the police arrived and spoke with the caller, the teen's friend said that the man was holding a flip phone and not that any type of weapon. After locating the man and searching his belongings, what? Really? No warrant or anything?
And
That's
also,
weird.
This is Japan, so they've probably shown up with like 12, 15 people, 15 police people.
Yeah, that's weird. The fact that you have to search his belongings without a warrant when someone has openly confessed to, no, it was just a flip phone. It was just a flip phone. I know for this because I saw it when I was young, but she's never seen it before in her life. It's just a flip phone. That's weird. Without a warrant, could just search your belongings. That's messed up.
Well, maybe a voluntary search, you can do that. And with it being Japan, it's probably just the dude being like, well, okay, do it. I've nothing anyway.
Sure, but if they don't got a warrant, don't do anything. Don't give them leeway. And always have a lawyer before speaking to police. Whenever they ask you questions, your only response is the lawyer until you get your lawyer, and then you let them doing the talking. Now, where was I? Anyhow, after locating the man and searching his belongings, officer confirmed that his flip phone was mistaken for a knife that appeared to look like a traditional Japanese handsaw. Okay. How? What?
Nobody knows.
I don't... Because, at first I thought it was a butterfly knife or one of those spring-loaded ones, jackknife. That I could see being mistaken for a flip phone. Fair enough. You just flip out the knife, maybe. Sure. Maybe it's instead of from inside the blade, it folds to the side, so that way, there's no risk to the user's hand. I could see that. But a handsaw?
Well, let's look at this.
Okay, I'm assuming... Whoops. Nope. Click on this.
It does not look like any phone. So typing in Japanese handsaw, I don't know. It just looks like a knife with
I'm not getting any images loaded on my page from the confirmed. What did you click on? The source?
No, I just typed in traditional Japanese handsaw into Google.
Okay, let's...
Apparently there's some that can flip open, but I don't see how you would think that this looks like a phone or the other way around. Why am I fucking coughing that much right now?
I don't know. It could be we've just talked too much today, recording two things next to each other.
Maybe, probably. I'm gonna die now.
No. I'm sorry, if that's a decent length of a saw, and we're considering the typical length of the top of a, hacksaw like that, the flip phone, the lengths are incomparable. One, it would be so short of a handsaw that would serve no practical purpose. So I don't understand how they could possibly mistake that. I just, that is beyond bizarre. I'm still looking at these. None of them look like this. I don't understand. I don't understand how. Oh well, where was I? With flip phones becoming almost impossible to spot in public today, for good reason, trust no one with a flip phone. It appears that the teen may not have seen an older model phone before. Yeah. No duh, it's like asking a teen if they've seen a brick model phone from the 80s. I mean, sure, statistically, you're bound to have a few that are from media or just someone having it about in the house, because their grandparents owned it or something and they don't know what to do with it. Sure, possible they might have seen it, but 90% of the time, people are not going to have personally seen old technology that's become obsolete. Just weird. Of course they haven't. The incident has promoted reactions to new generations' supposed lack of familiarity with of course, because it's dated technology. What do you mean? What do you mean? The generation that doesn't know what flip phones are, because nobody has a flip phone. It's all touchscreen phones now, of course.
Yes.
Jesus, what a boomer response.
A really weird thing to say, I think. I mean, not weird, but like...
Well, it's a boomer response, you know?
Useless
it's like,
response.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you don't know this like old-fashioned thing that serves no purpose in modern society anymore? Why, yes, I don't. I am not a licensed... Do you need to be licensed to be a historian? I am not a licensed historian employed by a museum. I'm just a random teen who only knows like the things that are currently in my life that I can observe and interact with. And a flip phone is not one of those, because those are basically extinct now. Just, I don't get it. Again, boomer response. I don't care if this person is like 27. That is a boomer response right there.
Yeah, I like the next sentence though.
Yeah, one user said, according to Solar News 24, after this, I bet some people who have flip phone, who still have flip phones, are going to feel kind of nervous about using them in public. Another user tweeted. I don't know. I think it's. I mean, you should be nervous whenever you see someone using a flip phone. Never trust them. But I don't think it's very... I think the person... I don't want to speak ill of them, but it's not very bright to have mistaken a flip phone for the handsaw. If they said butterfly knife, if that's what they said, or, you know, again, whatever that switchblade, there we are, a switchblade. If that's what they said, okay, I could understand maybe it's like, you know, a shorter bladed one. Yeah, that could be possible for, you know, the purposes of keeping it concealed easier. I could see that. But a specific saw type of weapon, it baffles me. I cannot struggle to comprehend, unless maybe like this particular teen happened to live with someone who uses that instrument frequently in their everyday life. I don't know what profession the parents or loved ones would have to be in order for that to be the first thing that jumps to mind. But maybe that's it. But other than that, it baffles me.
Oh. This whole thing is a hilarious story, I think. Like, god damn it.
Well, hilarious, but also confusing.
Just it is, so
confusing. Not only like from the teens here, but now like the people clapping back to it, because it's like, I don't know. It's like people are saying like, oh, you don't know how to operate a rotary phone, do you? And it's like, but who use it? You can barely find people who own a landline anymore. Of course nobody knows how to use a rotary phone. Those actually are extinct.
They should though, it's interesting.
Well, I'm not saying it's not interesting, I'm just saying practically. Like, make fun of them not being able to read like the coordinates on a map. Sure, that's a useful skill that would be great if people know how to do. I learned but have forgotten, so... But like... A rotary phone, that doesn't serve a lot of practical use in everyday life. It's like you're trying to prep people for when they spontaneously travel back to the 1950s. You know? Anywho.
But it is useful if you ever are in a TV quiz show and then they ask you what did they use to input numbers into a phone before buttons were invented.
But yeah, people would know of the rotary phone because you see it all the time in like old media. But I'm specifically talking about people making fun of like younger people for not knowing how to operate one. You know, they're not going to test you out on that, saying now dial up a number.
You don't know that. Maybe they do.
Okay,
There's probably been a TV show where they've done that. That's definitely
I know Ellen was like doing some boomer stuff before, like the whole. Oh yeah, she's actually a terrible person to work with, and like, oh yeah, she's been kind of like passively getting away with some terrible actions for years.
Show this again today.
Yep. I love bringing that positivity.
Oh,
anyhow, she used to like bring like teens on all the time and like, hey, operate this old stuff you'd never had to use before in your life. and now audience laugh as they struggle, which in retrospect does kind of highlight that, yeah, terrible nature she got called out for.
That's not that bad of a thing, though. It's just
not super
fun
bad,
little
but
thing.
it's weird to
I
just
would
bring
go with that.
to bring like someone up and like laugh at them for the lack of knowledge on how to operate something they never would have need to have operated before. It's like me bringing like someone in the 70s and like asking them to create a Twitter profile and laughing as they're confused about all the things. It's like kind of weird. Is it particularly harmful and bad? Not exceptionally, but it's still weird and mean, you know?
Well,
that's my point. That's my point.
Yeah. There's worse things on TV than like somebody learning how to use a phone.
Well, they don't learn. They just get laughed at for not knowing how to do it.
Well, okay, that's also part of learning, though. Knowing that something bad will happen if you don't learn it.
No, it's not.
And also
people laughing at you.
It's a joke. Yeah. We've went on about this topic a lot.
Yeah,
and
we had a good riff.
Taking notes for future episodes.
Well, we won't say the name of this format yet, because Silas wants to keep it under wraps until it's its own thing. So, just time for the outro. Be sure to follow both me, Silas, and the podcast at all of our social media accounts that you can find via all the respective medias. Silas on, was it Linux, I believe?
Yes.
Yes, uploading podcasts, do watch on YouTube and all that, huge help. And for me, Sod Passion Projects on YouTube, as well as Sod Passion Gaming on YouTube and Twitch. Again, the shorts, huge help. Join the Discord, vote. Thank you very much. Yes. And now it's time for us to say, ta-ta, auf Wiedersehen, until we meet again. Bye-bye.
Also, I watch Silas TV on Twitter and Instagram. I don't use Instagram.
Yeah, it's all in the link tree. Follow everything. Follow us everywhere. Make the FBI worried you're a stalker. Do it. Do it.
And now I will go back to pressing things on my keyboard tester thing. And I'll see you in the regular show again next week.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.